clean conditions here at Carmichael on day one of the event window for the Corona Bali Protected event. And now moving into the final couple of heats of this first round, and a big change in the conditions as we see three very powerful surfers, three regular footers fighting it out for a place in the third round. Wade Carmichael out there in the red jersey up against Frederico Morais, who'll be wearing the blue jersey, and Willian Cardoso from Brazil out there in the white. Ronnie Blakey with Strider Wasilewski. Should be a good matchup, Strider. All these competitors rely on the same kind of tools to get their big scores done here at the Championship Tour level.
I saw Wade Carmichael do it on the Gold Coast, get a score right in the last minute, and I've seen Fredo go through the roof as well, so it'd be fun to watch.
Wade Carmichael coming off the back, the second place finish over in Brazil, fifth in the world. This former lifeguard from the Central Coast of New South Wales.
Get what you can.
Willian Cardoso looking to get things started. Karamas, even with an onshore wind, is still a very rippable wave. And these guys will find their place in this lineup for sure. Willian with just that one turn. Wade taking off behind him now, loading up. Just a very quick trip to get over here from Brazil for those surfers that made it to those final days. Oh, sitting pretty deep out there at the moment, Wade Carmichael lining this one up. Connects with this first section, throws a bit of water, tries to generate some speed to get down the line here. Caught behind for a moment, might not get back out in front of this one. 19.5 minutes to go. That will probably be the best score of this heat so far. Can he hang on to that position?
Well, he's surfing quick. I mean, look at these little snaps. He finds sections. It's a quick power snap, you know, like he puts the board right on the button. You know, and it's an interesting thing where the talent to be timing-wise to actually click into that one place where you're going to put your board that's going to perfectly flow through a maneuver.
For the most part back in the day was the bucket and the left-handers, but in recent times, a lot of rights coming into play here in Bali. The word spreading as Frederico Morais gets his opportunity. Nice big whipping hack to get started on this ride. He's going to look for a finish right there on the shore break. So pretty solid. Didn't need a whole lot to jump from third into the lead.
Doesn't really come away with a big score, but Frederico Morais, on the other hand, had a great combination. I like that vertical climb right there into a nice little cutback and keeps the board moving through the inside. So though it wasn't anything crazy, it was still a really well-surfed wave. There were so many waves here that people weren't even looking at yet.
Willian Cardoso trying to get himself into the heat too. A draw off the bottom into this first section. Great commitment on that first turn. Combos up, three pretty decent moves. Just gets taken out by the sidewash there.
Yeah, a little off-tempo to finish that one off. So you saw him kind of fighting to put together a combination on the inside that just kind of got away from him. Some rice fields, some patties out there, and my buddy Scott Sopo was looking at it. He goes, yeah, this was nothing. It was here. It was just all rice patties before. You see Willian coming up into the corner. Nice off the top there. A little hung up, and then struggles to get this last move.
Sevens, more often than not, when he pulled the jersey on last season. Sitting a little further back than what he was this time last year, but definitely capable of doing some damage as he moves through the rounds. Wade Carmichael just trying to unload, throw something a little bit more explosive on the end section there. Unsuccessful, but he sees maybe something in this wave. Wade Carmichael makes sure that he gets Fred out of the way, and it was a good sell because the wave didn't really eventuate at all.
Willian Cardoso can capitalise on this wave.
Nice section standing up there. Willian delivers a pretty solid hit. This wave's just stepping out a little bit on the inside, but he's just trying to stick with it, looking for any points he can find on the inside. Belts the oncoming closeout, but the wave just sort of fading. The strength of the first turn might do it for him.
Yeah, he found himself on a nice clean piece right there. I mean, he bashed it, so he's definitely, in my mind, going to get into the score line that he needs, or at least really close to it, because that turn was put up right in the perfect spot on the button, like we talked about Carmichael doing all the time, and Willian can do it too. Think about Indonesia, as we see some live surfing there from Frederico trying to get across, but is the tide playing such a big roll.
Searching for a 5.01 now. The score was enough for Willian Cardoso to make the jump up into first position. Frederico Morais is going to try and get it back here. He needs a 3.17 out of this wave. Loading up. That section just not really standing up though, so he doesn't attempt the air. 2.5 minutes to go. Let's check in with Kuiper. Yep. And saying that, like you said, you know, they're playing in the same sand pit at the moment. Wade Carmichael's trying to get himself the lead here. Needs a 5.01. Digs in hard, gets a little tangled up with the whitewater. And he goes down as a result. You can see the form. Carmichael looking aggressive at the moment. Willian Cardoso holding on to the lead. Out there, nice little projection float, and then he digs in on that pocket. Kind of gets a little bogged down.
That turn from Wade Carmichael was ridiculous.
Well, it's not going to be the score he needs, and Willian Cardoso, he didn't improve his situation, but he was hanging on to the lead, and that's where he stayed when the buzzer sounded at the end there. A low-scoring heat to wrap up today, but there was plenty of highlights earlier on, and we're going to be breaking them all down in the WSL post show here from day one.